Are you ready to win? You're tuned in with Staar, Pastor Dab, and Gabe for an hour packed with encouragement, strategies, and resources for families with children with special needs. You're not alone on this journey. Stay tuned because you're ready to win.
All right, you guys, welcome back to another show. This is Staar,
Pastor Dab,
and Gaby Baby's in the break room, and we are ready to win.
Yay!
We're so excited to be here, you guys.
Yes.
Another Saturday, and we've got a great show lined up for you today. Me and Mommy, a.k.a. Pastor Dab.
We just thank God for another opportunity to come and share and give resources and tips on our journey. And we're just so thankful. And we are ready to win, Staar.
That's right. And so today we're going to talk about our 6 reasons that we came up with about why people don't start where they're at to make a difference in the lives of others. And these are, just our opinions.
Yeah, JMO.
Just my opinion.
Just my opinion. That's our disclaimer.
Yeah, that's our disclaimer. So this may or may not work for you. You know how you hear that all the time. But this is just what we see when we're out and about meeting people in the community. And you talk to so many different people, and people always have a reason why they can't get started. And so these are things that we hope that we can help you overcome today, so that you can get started and start making a difference in the lives of other people.
Yes.
And the first thing that I thought about was having a platform.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't think that they have the right platform.
Yes.
Or when they think about a platform, like I always thought of like a pastor and a pulpit, or a choir, a church choir, like on a stage, or you think about entertainers and just people that are standing up in pulpits and in powerful positions that have the ability and they have influence to make things happen.
Yeah, that's so true. And a platform, it does provide an opportunity for us to view things from a different level. And the higher you soar, you see things from a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So that platform stage can elevate you so you can use what's in you to bless others.
That's right. But the thing about it is most people don't think that they have one.
Right.
They don't think that they have a platform. They don't see themselves as having a platform. They might just see themselves as just being, for a lot of women, if they stay at home with the kids to take care of kids and do all the housework and all the domestic stuff, your platform looks a little diminished. You can kind of belittle yourself in the things that you're doing, and so I think you don't realize that you really are making a difference already, just right in your own circle.
Right.
And I remember one time when I was I was just rushing, dropping Gabriel off to school and picking him up. And it was always this lady out there. She was one of the teachers. Mm-hmm. And she seen me. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, she sees me every single day. And then I seen her at the grocery store one time. She says, oh, my gosh, you just have the perfect life. I wish I had your life. And I'm thinking to myself, how could you say you wish you had my life? You see, I'm over here. I'm taking my kid. He has to go to the special needs class. He's, you know what I'm saying? You see me rushing. You see I'm still changing diapers. You see all these things. But whatever it is that she saw in me, she saw something that I didn't even see within myself. Mm-hmm. And that's how all of us are. A lot of times we don't even see our own greatness. And so we all have a platform. And no matter what your platform is, you have to let your light shine. And I think that that's so key.
Right. I think having a clear vision, to see what's in you so you can share it with others. And it gives you an opportunity to voice what you believe. And then when others hear what you have to say, they can really grab hold of faith, because that's how faith comes, by hearing. And by hearing the word of God.
Right. And so that platform can take you so many places. But first of all, you have to believe that there's something inside of you. And you have to believe that you matter, that you are important, and that what you're doing matters. And I think that that's the biggest thing. And for most of my life, I watched everybody else from afar. And I seen so much greatness in everybody else. But it's time for us to take a deep look within ourselves and see that greatness within ourselves. And I remember when the Lord gave me my very first song that I wrote. It's called "There's a Star Inside of You."
Yes.
And I remember I felt like Cinderella. I was sitting in this pile of clothes, folding clothes, wiping the walls down, spraying down the beds. I mean, just doing all the mommy stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought my life would be so different. I'm not supposed to be sitting here doing all this stuff. There's a star inside of me, you know. And that's how I got my very first song. But I remember feeling like that because sometimes you can just feel like what you're doing doesn't matter, like nobody cares and nobody sees what you're doing, and that it doesn't make a difference.
And that's so true. And we do have to believe in ourselves. That is so key, like you said. We have to believe in what God put inside of us.
That's right.
And if we don't believe that we have something in us to be able to make a difference to others, that's the first, we really need to grab hold of that, Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. You wrote that. You got to believe in yourself when nobody else believes in you.
I know.
So
yes,
we really do. You have to believe in yourself,
right.
And then you have to, of course, when you believe in yourself, of course, you can spill that over into your children, to your family, and people can grab hold of faith. And so that's what it's all about. So we really want to talk about having a platform, and I want you guys to know that no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, no matter how insignificant you think that what you're doing is, you have a platform. And the big thing about it is people are watching.
That's right.
They're watching you. They're watching how your attitude. They're watching how you conduct yourself. They're watching how you love your child, how you take care of your child, and how you take care. I mean, they're just watching.
Right.
You would be surprised how many people are watching.
That is so true.
And you would never think. I mean, I never would have thought that the lady would tell me that just from watching me pick Gabriel up from school. And when he was in public school, I used to have to go pick him up and be in the long bus line and all that stuff, and I would just go run and grab my baby and how was his day and all that stuff,
Right.
But I never thought that people were watching, but then I realized just from that people are watching.
Right. I know my sister always tells Staar that you make it look so easy, Staar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe she thought because of the life that you have, you made it look so easy with working with Gabriel and his special needs and everything. She wanted that.
Yeah.
So we are a light.
We are
a lighthouse, and so for others to see, and so that platform does give us a visibility, and it allows us to be able to share, and it gives us a voice, and it allows us to create and make and have relationships and connecting with others and networking with others.
It definitely does.
So that's what that platform really gives us.
And that's what it's all about, is making a difference, connecting with others, and don't continue to look at other people and think that they have more of a platform than you. They might be on the television and they might have a big stage that you see, but you also have one, and you have to create the platform that you want for yourself. And so don't continue to see yourself as a person that is insignificant. And that's going to be our first point, is being a person of significance. A lot of times we see ourselves as being insignificant.
Yes.
And too small or unimportant. Actually, I have that definition too, Pastor Dab. Go ahead and read the definition of insignificant.
Per the dictionary, too small or unimportant to be worth consideration, like of a person without power or influence.
Right.
So we don't want to lose yourself trying to be like someone else.
Right. Definitely don't want to lose yourself trying to be like someone else, but know that you have value, and that we are not people that are that don't have power or influence. We all have value. We all have something that we add, and we all do something so great. It's just tapping into that thing that you do so wonderfully that the world lights up.
Right. We all can make a difference. And everybody has their own arena that they operate in. So you have something within you that you can share and use to help be a blessing to others. You have something to give. You have something to bring to the table. You do have significance.
That's true. And in the Bible, there's so many Bible stories that we hear about where people thought they were insignificant. They didn't think that they could do it. You know what I mean? I mean, how many stories have we heard over and over? And that Bible has to come alive in our lives, and you can't look at, little old me. We can't do this big thing. You know what? We're stepping out on faith. It's not by our strength and by our might, And so God uses ordinary people
He does.
To do great, great things.
Yes. And you just have to believe in yourself.
Definitely.
That thing just resonates in my spirit. We have to believe in ourselves when nobody else believes in me.
Believes in us.
And believes
so
in you.
True.
Yeah.
So true. So we're going to go ahead and take a break for a song. This is going to be on my new album coming up. It's called I Can't Save the World.
I can't save the world, but I'll try to be a good example and to let my light shine. Doing right by others and treat my neighbors kind. Oh, I can't save the world, but I'll try. And I don't know why this big world is full of evil when we should be loving people. And I don't know why people will not help the neighbors when that's exactly what we're made for. I can't save the world, but I'll try to be a good example and to let my light shine. Doing right by others and treat my neighbors kind. Oh, I can't save the world, but I'll try. And I don't know why when we're more alike than different, yet there's so much division. And I don't know why we won't love in spite of race, turn to peace instead of hate. I'll try to do the very best in everything I do. I'll try to go the extra mile and lend a helping hand to you. I'll try to never criticize until I walk a mile in your shoes. Oh, I can't save the world, but I'll try. I can't save the world, but I'll try to be a good example and to let my light shine. Doing right by others and treat my neighbors kind. Oh, I can't save the world, but I'll try. I can't save the world, but I'll try. I can't save the world, but I'll try.
All right. I can't save the world, but I'll try.
We're going to try.
That's it.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do the best we can to help
make
our
a
neighbors and make a difference in the lives of other people. And that's what it's all about. And I think when you realize that you can just do your best and be your best, that's all that really, really matters. I have one of my friends, I know she's out there listening. Hey, you know who you are because I'm about to tell your story. She makes it intentional to buy a lot of nutritional bars so that whenever she sees people that look like they're homeless or need something to eat, she'll give them a bar. I mean, we've been traveling together.
A healthy bar.
They're healthy nutrition bars. And we see her like we're driving down the street and then she'll see somebody and she's like throwing bars out the window. And they're like standing up and they're thanking her so much. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Has she knocked anybody out yet? Picture in my mind. Wow.
No.
Not yet.
She hasn't knocked them out yet. But you could see the gratitude in their faces. And at first I'm like, I can't believe you buy these bars to give away like that. But that's her ministry. That's how she gives back. And that's how she shows her love and her compassion for other people. And I think that, you know, to one person is making a difference, you know?
Yes.
You know, sometimes you think you have to be in this big, gigantic group, but you can make a difference to that one life. And she doesn't get to see the expression on their faces if she's throwing the bars out and trying to keep driving at 40, 50 miles an hour. But because we were behind her, we seen the gratitude and the thankfulness that those people felt when they picked up those bars and they were able to have some food to eat. And so I just think that that's just a great example for all of us. You have to make a difference in if it's one life you touch, then you're able to go to the next person and go to the next person and go to the next person. Right.
Sometimes people might look at that as insignificant, but that's really a great thing to do, to be able to reach out to others. And to be able to reach out to others and to be able to lend a helping hand. And, you know, those things, just use what you got in your hands.
That's it.
And be able to release what you have to try to be a blessing to others, because you do matter. You can make a difference. Just use what you got.
You have to use what you have in your hand. And that's what we did, you guys, last year. We started videoing and filming our daily journey with having a child with special needs. And it was Autism Awareness Month is April. And so I said, okay, for every day this month, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to challenge myself. Because you guys, I don't like the social media thing like that. I'm really like not the big social media person in my house. It would be my mother. Pastor Dab. I always call her Facebook
Not
queen.
Really.
But I forced myself to get out there so I could be transparent. And, you know, that's so hard because you're like, oh, I don't have my makeup on. Oh, my hair's not done. Oh, I'm looking crazy, you know. And then worse than that, then here, Gabriel's not acting right. Well, what's he doing? I mean, you know, all of that, we're letting people in and seeing our lives.
Right.
And I said, okay, I'm going to do this for a whole month. And that was really, truly the beginning of God getting us to where we're at right now, because we got such an overwhelmingly positive response for people to be able to get a really good insight of what it's like having a child with special needs. And really, they started following us on our journey from last year, from Autism Awareness Month. And all we did was use what we had in our hand.
Yes, that's so true.
And I think that's key.
Yes, just do you and be you.
Yeah.
And we were transparent and we were authentic. We wasn't trying to keep anything back. And, you know, you don't have to, everything does not have to be in place. Every strand of hair does not have to be in place. And you don't have to have on all this makeup and everything. Just be genuine.
Yes.
You know, and the beauty and everything will just come together, you know, because it's not about us. It's about being a blessing to somebody else.
Right. And that's the scary thing, because you're like you're so vulnerable, because you're like opening up your life to the world. And that's what we did. And I mean, the response has been overwhelming, but just the love and the support. And I hope and pray that education and I hope and pray that it's really, really helping raise awareness.
Yes.
That's really what we wanted to do. And we started with what we had, you guys. We didn't have no fancy camera. We just had a cell phone. Everybody say cell phone, okay? We had a cell phone and a selfie stick. And at first we didn't even have a selfie stick. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when the first time I seen a selfie stick, I'm like, oh my gosh, that would really help us, you know? Because I could hold it in place and not try to, keep Gabriel in one hand and take a picture with another hand. And so we had a cell phone and a selfie stick, and that's still what we have to this day. And we video and just share our life and our journey.
Yes.
And by using what we have in our hand. And I realize now, by thousands and thousands of views of these videos, that what we are doing is not significant. I realize that what we're doing is making a difference.
Yes, we are making a difference. And we just have to know that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And we just need to be able to tap into our God-given potential, because we all have potential.
That's right.
So you just have to tap in and activate it. Find out really what you really love to do, what you can do to help and be a blessing. Look inside of you and find out what's in here that I can do to help someone. Right. Because everybody has a gift.
They do. And everybody matters, and everything that's on the inside of you is key to helping the next person along the way. And so I think that's a big point. We were talking about why people don't vote. Remember? Because we said they don't think that their one vote matters.
Yeah, they didn't think that their one vote makes a difference.
Yeah, they don't think that their one vote matters. And I think a lot of times we don't get started, because that's our point today, why we're not starting, because we don't think that one thing that we do makes a difference. So we want to really just drive this point in that you are not insignificant. What you're doing is not insignificant, and you count and you matter. That one vote matters. That one act of kindness matters. It matters to the person that you're giving it to. So I think that that's just really, really key.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And the next thing, our next point, our point number 3 is going to be not comparing yourself with other people.
Right.
I think that that's so key. Because if you compare yourself with other people, most of the time we don't compare ourselves with other people and say, oh, I'm so great. No, we usually compare and say, they're so great, and I'm just like the bottom of the pit, the scum of the earth. I mean, we don't say that, but sometimes we would feel that way.
We don't feel like we're worthy.
Yeah, we don't feel like we're worthy. And, we don't feel like this goes back to that insignificance. And so I think it's very, very dangerous to compare yourself to other people.
It is. Yes, you have to know your worth, and you have to know that you mean something. You have to know that you mean something to God, and first of all, but you do mean something, you do matter, and you just have to take some time to search within, because everything that you have and need is within.
That's
so
right.
Take the time to search within so you can bring out what's in you to be a blessing.
That's right. And you are not the same as the next person, I wrote so many songs, but all of them come from my journey in my life. And, sometimes I ask myself, like, if I feel like I'm not in a good mood or whatever, I'm like, what did I just watch or what did I just see? And, because those things can change your attitude. And, it might be like, oh, I'm comparing myself or my life to somebody else's life, or I see somebody else and they look like they just have the perfect life and these perfect kids and these perfect everything just looks perfect.
Everything looks perfect.
Everything just looks
their
perfect.
Weight, their size.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm always having to watch my carbs, and they can eat whatever they want. And then they have these perfect little kids and and so you can just start comparing your life, comparing yourself to other people, and that is a very, very dangerous place to be.
Right.
And especially comparing your kids to other kids. Sometimes if I would take Gabriel to like Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, it can just be something so slight. And it's like for just that instant, I get so sad because I've realized that, wow, this little 2-year-old is talking and carrying a conversation and, having this in-depth conversation with their parents, and they're just really thinking and processing these things. And then I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, Gabriel, say mama, say something, and it can just hurt me to the core sometimes, and then you have to be so careful not to compare yourself and then not to compare your kids, because everybody's journey is different.
That's right.
And I think that that's so, so key. So we can't compare ourselves to others, because when you do, you're always going to feel worse. You're going to feel horrible, and it's just horrible. And I don't know if women are more guilty of this than men. What do you think, Alan?
Sometimes.
You think men have a problem with comparing themselves too? They do?
Yeah.
Because I know as women, we go through that a lot. It's just, oh my gosh, look at her shoes. Look at her, you know what I'm saying? We can compare
Look at his job. Look at his family. Look at his status in life. Yeah, we're that same way.
Yeah. All right.
We don't show it, though.
Y'all don't show it. Y'all don't show. Y'all don't go eat a tub of ice cream. Yeah.
So we don't want to sit
Pizza.
around.
Pizza.
Whole large pizza.
Whole
Here we go
large
again.
All right, you guys.
But we don't want to sit around and have pity parties and like Staar and Alan were saying, we don't want to compare ourselves. We just want to be the best person that we are, the best that we can be.
Right.
And, here I go again. Look within.
Look within.
Yeah, because you have some potential in there.
That's right.
You just have to pull it out, bring it out, release it, let it come forth.
You were talking about like the famous people, the big preachers in the scene. You see things happening like bam, 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 constantly. Maybe only once in our life. Look at that story in the little Bible. There was like a little old lady or something once in her life.
Once in her life. Yes.
We've got to have that patience and say, God, whenever you open the door.
That's it.
Hey,
That
right.
is it.
that strength.
That's
Yes,
it.
that's it.
That is it.
Yes.
That is it. That's it.
That
It's
is so
once
true.
in their life.
Yeah.
And guess what? That one touch, that one encounter,
Yes.
it changed their whole life.
Yes.
And that's the way it is with us too, you guys. And so we just want to continue to be a blessing, and we want you guys to get started on your journey. Don't wait. Don't think you're insignificant. Don't compare yourself to others, and use the platform that you have right now. Wherever you're at, wherever your feet are, let God use you right where you're at. And that's what he wants to do.
Right.
Yeah. So we have 2 minutes to the break. But while we're waiting to take our break, we want to talk with you guys about this. We want to make sure that you're liking our Facebook pages.
All right.
We want to make sure that you're following us on this journey, because remember, we put a lot of videos out throughout the week. We started our nonprofit organization, the Giveaway Foundation, to be able to bless people and connect people to the resources they need. And that's why we're here on the radio, to give you some great information and encouragement along your journey. So make sure that you go on to Facebook and like our Giveaway Foundation Facebook page. And then you also find there Pastor Dab. And she puts out great scriptures and inspirational messages throughout the week. And then while you're there, go ahead and like Starfield's music, because you'll be able to hear some of our upcoming music that's going to be coming up on our new CD.
And it's really good.
Oh, we're so
uplifting.
Yes, we're so excited. And everything that we do comes from a pure place, from this journey that we've been on. So make sure that you do like those pages. Pastor Dab, the Giveaway Foundation, Starfield's music. And while you're there, go ahead and like Sunlight Christian Academy. That's our school. And we put a lot of videos to show everything that we do in the community. You guys, we are ready to win.
Yes.
And we are hoping that you're ready to win and that you're winning in this life. You know, life is too short, and it's all about having fun. It's all about making a difference.
Yes.
It's all about enjoying your journey. So I hope you guys are enjoying your journey, and we want you to stay tuned.
All right.
WTRJ-FM, Orange Park, Jacksonville. WAYL, St. Augustine. WATY, Folkestone. Listener supported. The Truth.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. This past hour in the state of Kentucky, it was Vice President Mike Pence making an appeal for some who may have their doubts about the president's version of a repeal and replacement bill for Obamacare to go ahead and get on board with the current plan, saying that there is no time like the present when it comes to making major changes like this, and he says it's something that can be done. In his weekly address, President Trump said that House Republicans have put forward a health care plan that empowers both states and consumers.
The House plan follows the guidelines I laid out in my recent address to Congress, expanding choice, lowering costs, and providing health care access for all.
As for Vice President Pence, he made the appeal in the bluegrass state of Kentucky.
We need all of you to stand up, to speak out, to let your voice be heard. There's no time like the present. We need you to tell the world that we can do better. We can do better on health care. We can do better with a growing economy. We can stand tall and strong in the world again.
And he says, make America great again. The Senate Armed Services Committee holds a hearing next week on the photo scandal rocking the Marine Corps. Here's correspondent Linda Kenyon on Capitol Hill.
The committee will hear testimony from General Robert Neller, Commandant of the Marine Corps. The hearing comes as the Naval Criminal Investigative Service is investigating hundreds of Marines accused of sharing photos of nude female Marines and veterans, as well as their personal information. All of this was shared in a private Facebook group called Marines United that had nearly 30,000 followers. Some photos were allegedly taken and posted without the women's knowledge or were meant to remain private. Comments on the page reportedly included threats of rape. Linda Kenyon, Washington.
On Wall Street Friday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average responded well to a positive jobs report from the Labor Department, closing up 45 points. This is SRN News.
And now to Jacksonville weekend weather. Sunny, breezy afternoon, high of 72 tonight. Cloudy skies, lows getting down to about 60 degrees. Cloudy, breezy showers in the forecast for us tomorrow. Sunday's high 68. More showers on tap for Sunday night, lows in the 50s. 50% chance of more showers for Monday, high in the upper 60s. And the outlook for Tuesday, mostly sunny, high near 70.
All righty, guys.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
I'm Pastor Dab.
And I'm Staar. And Gaby Baby is in the break room. We don't ever let him be too far away from us.
No,
so he's right in the break room. We do keep him close. We have a wonderful friend here watching him right in the break room while we're here on the air live with you because we're ready to win. Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to give you guys some great tips on how you can get started right where you're at. And the 6 reasons why we feel that people just don't get started. And so our first tip was they see themselves as being insignificant. So if that is you, we cancel that right now. Our number 2 thing was they don't think that they have what it takes to make a difference. And they compare themselves with others, okay? And so that's very, very dangerous. We talked about that. And now we're going to go on to our next tip, which is no time, no money, and there's no opportunity, okay? And so this is going to be number 4, all right? No time, no money, and no opportunity. And lack of resources, basically.
Yes.
And a lot of times we feel like that. You know, we're like, well, it takes a lot of money to be able to help these people the way I want to help them. It takes a lot of money to be able to do that.
Right.
And you might not have a lot of money or a lot of resources. And it goes back to what we said about using what you have.
That's right.
In your hand. You know, all it takes is one God idea.
That's right.
That can change everything.
That's so true.
And so it doesn't have to be a lot of money or a lot of time. You have to create the opportunity that you want, and you have to use what you have.
Right.
And I told you guys a story about my friend that gives away the bars to the homeless people that she sees out in the street. And then there's other people that do amazing things too. When we were in Atlanta, we went up there, and you know, we do like to take Gabriel different places. But when we were in Atlanta, we seen the most homeless people that I've ever seen in my whole life. I think we probably seen about 200 homeless people in one block. I have never seen it. I've never seen it in those huge numbers like that. And I mean, my heart just broke into a million pieces. And then I seen people driving by, pulling over, and popping their trunks.
Yes.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It was so powerful. So it wasn't like they just sent a Fleetwood full, you know, a caravan full of food, but one car was pulled over, and then here comes another car, and guess what they were doing? They were popping their trunk. They were feeding people. They were passing out blankets because it was getting cold.
Oh, yes.
And they made a huge difference.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about, you guys. You know, sometimes we think that we have to have this huge machine behind us, you know, huge businesses behind us to be out there to make a difference. But I bet you if you ask one of those guys that received a blanket that day or a warm meal, if that person made a difference in their life, and I bet you they would say yes.
Yes, that's so true. Yeah. We got to be able to help and lend a helping hand to those that are unfortunate and the poor and the homeless. And if that's your ministry, then you can get started,
Right there.
All you have to do, you might not be able to save the whole world as Staar sang in her song.
Save the world, but I'll try.
Making a difference in one or two families' lives, if they needed a blanket, some gloves, or a meal that day. They might just want to stay in a hotel just to get cleaned up and get refreshed and renewed to go back out there and start another day. We can help them be able to start another day.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's really why we started the Giveaway Foundation, is so that we could help people like that. We wanted our ministry, of course, by having a child with special needs is really towards special needs in the families that are affected, because there's so many families that are affected by children with special needs. And it really, it's a devastating blow, especially when you go from, a lot of families were 2-income families, and then now they can't work anymore, so now they're a 1-income family, and so then finances become a situation. Just so many different dynamics that happen when you have a child with special needs, and people need help. That's just the bottom line. And I said, you know what? I'm so blessed. My husband's in the military, and I can stay at home with Gabriel and take care of Gabriel, but there's so many other people that are not in that same situation.
Struggling and can't make ends meet.
And there's a lot of single parents out there. And so we want to be able to connect these people to the resources that they need. And that's why we started the Giveaway Foundation. And even, for families that are military families to know, they move around all the time. When you get to a new place, you need to know, okay, here's the list. Here's some great doctors that we recommend. Here's some great therapists that we recommend. Here's some great, activities that your child can get involved in, because it takes a lot of years to acquire that. If you think about it, we've been on this journey now for 9 years, and Gabriel will be 10. And just the knowledge that we've gained over these last 9 years, it's just been amazing, and the resources and the connections. And that's what we really want to help people get connected to where they can have the best fit for their child. And so that's really what we want to do with our Giveaway Foundation, because it saves them time, it saves them heartache and frustration, and it'll get them back on the road of feeling hopeful, and they can see the promised land again, and just feel good about their life and get in a good place mentally, physically, financially, in every part of their life. They can be a whole and complete person.
Right. And I was just thinking when we were talking about the homeless people, we don't even know how many homeless people out there have special needs children. So not only are they homeless, there's children that have no needs, but there's also children that might have special needs and they're homeless. So we just had to be in position and be in place to be able to make a difference. And if it's just one person, you can help save one person's life or make a difference in one person's life. Bring a smile, bring something, bring yourself, Then
it's not in vain.
Yeah.
Everything that you're doing is not in vain. So I truly believe you don't have to have the money. God provides the resources.
Yes,
He sends it from the north, the south, the east, and the west. You don't have to have the money. You have to have the heart and the want to and the desire, because that's what makes you move. And when you don't even want to move, that's what makes you move.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. So we want to continue to diligently seek the Lord for everything, because anything you need, God's got it.
Sure does.
Yeah. So.
And then the time, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And I just think we should make it a priority to give.
Yes.
Whether it's, giving somebody a few minutes of your time. Like we've had guests on our radio program. We're so thankful for all of those guests that have shared their time and their heart with you guys. And but just that act of kindness, somebody sharing their time with you to be able to help you along your journey, it just makes a huge, huge difference. And that's the same thing that you can do for another person. Sit down with them, have a cup of coffee, and have the attitude and the heart of giving. I'm going to give you the information that I know so that it can help your journey be a little bit better. Right. And, we're still in the journey. It doesn't change the situation, but it sure does make the journey a little bit better.
Right.
It takes a little bit of that heavy load off, and it makes it so much fun whenever you know you're not alone.
That's right. Just help lighten someone else's load. And you know, it's the blessing to give.
It really is.
It's a blessing to give than to receive. So
it is. So no time, no money, no opportunity. We're squashing all of that because we know that God's given us every good and perfect gift comes from him, and he's going to make provision. He's going to give us the money that we need. He gives us the ability to create the time that we need to be a blessing to other people's, and we are going to be creating opportunities. And now we want to talk about our fifth point is getting started.
Yes, we got to get started.
How do you get started in making a difference? And I think that's the hardest part, because they always say it's never a good time to start something new.
Right.
You hear that all the time, don't you?
Yes, all the time.
Yeah, or someday it's not a day of the week. How about that one?
Or my plate's too full.
Yeah. And so you have to go ahead and get
started. Or my
started.
children get out of school.
Yeah. Children get out of school, when I retire, when, you know, all these different things. So you can just continue to keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. But you got to get started and making a difference right now. And yesterday I was talking to one of Gabriel's doctors, and she was just saying how her children, you know, very, very instrumental in cultivating the life that they have a heart to give. And they volunteer and they give back. And it just makes these kids so much more well-rounded.
Yes.
And I think it's so important for us to teach our children to give and give and give. One of my friends says, you give, and then you give again.
Yes.
You keep on giving. You give until the end. And that's the way we have to live our life. I love
so
that,
true.
you know.
Yes.
And so you have to get started. And one of the things that I asked myself, and I want you guys to ask yourself when you say, well, where do I start? Because I don't know where I fit in or how I can even make a difference. Where do you get started at? You're going to ask yourself, what do you like to do?
Right.
What do you like to do?
Right.
What are you good at doing? And what can you use? What has God given you that could be a blessing or make somebody else's life better?
Just being able to just get out there and get out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith.
Yeah. What do you do that can make somebody else's life better? Some of us are great cooks.
Yes.
Like I know my mommy's a great cook.
Oh, thank you, Staar. You're too kind.
And then others of you guys might be great with money. And, you know, you might have great accounting skills.
Yeah, we have different arenas that we all operate in. Some are, you know, good in politics, marketing.
Yep. And some of us are really, really good
in
technology. And they know how to operate computers. And so those are all different things that you can go out and be a blessing and teach somebody else that maybe isn't that great in that area.
Right.
So it's all about figuring out what you're good at. One of our friends, we said she has some healing hands, and she has been volunteering and doing massages.
Yes.
And we're going to have her on the show too. We can't wait to get her on. But she goes out and massages patients that are in hospice care. And I just think that is so amazing, so honorable.
That is.
It's just such a
making
gift.
A difference.
Oh my gosh, he's making a difference.
To the end.
So to the end, exactly. All the way to the end. So that is what it's all about, you guys. What are you good at? What do you like to do? You know, my cousin, she is the dancer in the family. They always say, you're the singer, Staar, and Aisha's the dancer, and she does Zumba. And she goes out and volunteers a lot in the community with her gift. And so what are you good at? What can God use you? How can he use you to help make somebody else's life better? And I think if we all ask ourselves that question, then we'll find the answer, and we can go ahead and start working right there, right here, and right now, because getting started is the hardest part.
Right, all that procrastination, you don't get any place. 10 years from now, you look around and you look back over your life and you say, boy, I'm still in the same place I was 10 years ago. So we have to get started. We have to have that faith to activate our faith.
That's it.
And get started. And what better time than today?
Now. Yeah, today, the
right
present.
Now.
Yeah. So we are going to take a break real quick, and we're going to play this song. It's called New Day. It's Good Morning World, and listen to Gabriel's laughter in the beginning. We hope you're having a great day.
Good morning, world, good morning. The sun rose again. It's a new day for me to reach my dreams, full of opportunity. I hope you'll take this moment and leave your past behind. You can't move forward looking back. Don't wanna live your life in rewind. It's a new day for me to reach my dreams. It's a new day full of opportunity. It's a new day, and I have everything I need. So every time the sun comes up, I know I've got a fresh start. Every time the sun comes up, I know that I can make it. Life can have you so burnt out. I know it's full of ups and downs. But every time I lift my voice, I will say it's gonna be a good day. Good morning, world. Good morning. The sun rose again. You can still move ahead, no matter where you've been. Every time the sun comes up, I know I've got a fresh start. Every time the sun comes up, I know that I can make it. Life can have you so burnt out. I know it's full of ups and downs. But every time I lift my voice, I will say it's gonna be a good day. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Oh yes it is. Are you ready? It's gonna be a good day. Oh yes, it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day.
All right, you guys. It's going to be a good day. And that's called Good Morning World. And you hear my Gabriel's laughter. I'm so excited to be able to capture him and put him into our music because he's such a huge part of my life and why we're singing and why we're making this beautiful music. And so it's so awesome that we got Gabriel in there laughing. And it makes, every time I hear that laughter, it lets me know it's going to be a good day. So we are so excited.
Yes. Very
this
excited.
is Staar.
Pastor Dab.
All right. And thank you guys for tuning in with us today. We've been talking about the 6 reasons that we feel that people just don't get started where they're at to make a difference in the lives of others. And so we're just going to do a little recap. Number 1 was they think they're insignificant.
Yes.
Number 2 is they don't feel that they have what they need to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 was they compare themselves to others.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is they're waiting for the right time, the resources.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5 was just simply getting started. They don't know how to get started. And, when we were talking about getting started and using what we have and finding the things that you're good at, I had to think about my husband, Quentin, he's in the Navy, but he loves taking pictures.
Yes, he does.
He loves taking pictures. He's always loved to take pictures. Actually, I think that was one of the first jobs I remember him. When I first met him, he was like a cameraman or something on top of the flight deck taking pictures or whatever. And now he has his love for pictures. It never stopped. He's always loved pictures. And now he started getting his camera equipment and everything.
Yeah, he's professional now.
Yeah, now he went to the Nikon school here and there and got all
over
these
the world,
cameras.
going to Nikon schools.
and guess what, you guys? He started with what he had, and he started to help. He started to help with videoing for our music and for our son Gabriel, who has special needs. You guys know that, but to do pictures for our school pictures.
Right.
And to be able to capture shots of children with special needs. And that is a gift there.
That sure is.
And so he has just really, really just his sculpted his craft. And, it's just amazing what he's done with his pictures. And so you guys make sure you go and like his Facebook page too, QLF. Productions. Yeah. QLF Productions. Yeah. And you'll see a lot of pictures of us and our family and, some of his great work. But I was just thinking about that because a lot of times when you're getting started, you can use something that you already like doing to make it be a blessing.
Right.
To other people. And then you always hear what people say. If you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's
right.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's so important to fall in love with what you do, you know. So that's just want to throw that in there. So that was number 5. And we're going to end with the thing that I think keeps everybody stuck. And it's the most dangerous of them all, which is fear.
Yeah.
Fear. Because fear will stop you from ever doing anything great.
Right.
And I was looking in some research before our show, and I was looking that up, and it says that it's mentioned over 365 times in the Bible. Fear not. It says in there over 365 times. And that's for every day. God is constantly reminding us not to fear.
That's right.
And if he has to keep reminding us not to fear, that must mean that that's something that's always present. You know, that fear, it's always there. It's real. And a lot of people, they might have anxiety attacks or panic attacks because they walk around in fear. It can really grip you and it can destroy you.
Yes.
And it can really keep you from ever trying to do anything great.
It holds you hostage and keeps you imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the thing that most people fear is fear of failure.
Yes.
But it's okay, to fail, because as we fail, I always say we fail forward. And there's nothing too bad that God can't bring you back up. If he has to reach way down, y'all remember that song, Jesus will pick you up.
How many times did it take Edison to figure out the light bulb?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so true. So, failure is a part of life. And I think we have this thing that we want everything to be perfect, that we don't want to fail. But it's all part of life, and we have to know that we cannot walk in fear, and we cannot let fear grip us.
Right. It is a spirit, and the word says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. So he's given us a sound mind. So anytime you feel yourself or you feel that spirit of fear coming up on you, you have to be able to encourage yourself. You have to be able to talk to yourself. You have to be able to keep yourself calm. You have to be able to just, know, you have to recognize, you have to be aware, this is that spirit coming against me, trying to make me afraid of fulfilling my dreams, or afraid of going outside, or afraid of going across the bridge. Some people are just afraid of going across the body of water, that used to be me.
She's speaking from experience.
But anyway,
Yeah.
you can be an overcomer. You can overcome those obstacles, those things that you feel like you might be in danger, or that there's just a spirit of fear, but God hasn't given us that spirit of fear.
Right.
So we know that we can make it.
That's so true.
We can do and be and have everything that God has given us. He's given us the power and the love and a sound mind.
Yes, a sound mind, and that's so key. And I wanted to say about with fear also, with having a child with special needs, there's so many things that are unknown. It's like an unknown. You're charting unknown waters, and so there's no manual. And, you just do the best you can every single day. And you keep on doing the best you can the next day and the next day and the next day. And praise the Lord, we made it through another week,
Right.
So sometimes it can be a little fearful, but that's why it's so important to stay connected and be around other people that have maybe walked that same path as you. But you can be in fear of everything if you're not careful. You will be afraid to change therapists. You'll be afraid to change schools. You'll be afraid
to move.
To do anything.
You'll be afraid to come
move.
out of the house.
You will. You will be. And
don't self-sabotage yourself.
Yeah.
Self-destruction.
Yeah. So you don't want to walk in fear or be in fear, because that is one of the main tools that the enemy will use to make you feel like you can't accomplish what you need to accomplish, that you will never get started, because you'll always walk in fear, and that fear will just grip you and hover over you. And so we have to truly every single day walk out, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Every single day. That's how we're right here sitting in a radio station, because we didn't let fear stop us.
Right. You have to be able to identify, what is it that's making me afraid? What is it that's making me, not want to move? What's keeping me? It's almost like it keeps you just frozen.
Yeah.
In
a frozen state.
In a frozen state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we cannot let fear grip us and keep us from what God has for us. And definitely we want to be able to know that we can do all things. And I think that that's key. And just finding that scripture, that one scripture that you can stand on when you feel that fear coming over you, you say the devil's a liar, and you stand on your word of God. And I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I think that that's going to help you to overcome fear every single day.
Yes, and just know that fear will keep you from your destiny, and you were destined to reach and to do what God's called you to do.
Right. So we are excited. We're thankful, and we hope that these 6 tips have helped you. You guys, when you see them pop up, cancel. We are not insignificant. We do matter. We're not going to compare ourselves to others. We're not waiting for the right time. We're not going to not get started, and we're not going to let fear stop us. So thanks for tuning in. This is Staar
and Pastor Dab,
and we love you guys, and we'll see you next week. We're ready to win.
You've been listening to Ready to Win, turning disabilities into unique abilities. An empowered hour to help you and your child with special needs. You're encouraged to get involved in our local special needs community. Learn more at giveawayfoundation.org. That's giveawayfoundation.org. And remember, you're always equipped to win.